All right, let's get into it. Matthew chapter 25. I'm going to show you everything that I see here. First of all, we're in chapter 25, 2025, like I've been posting. Very interesting connection. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Again, we're talking about the kingdom of heaven, in heaven. And the bridegroom is Jesus, but now we know in Psalms 19 and other places that the sun in the sky is likened to the bridegroom, also the chambers of the bridegroom, so to speak, because it's all connected. It's symbolic for Jesus. That's why Malachi 4:2 calls the sun in the heaven the sun of righteousness. They are symbolically connected, the sun and the sun. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. Now in the Bible, Paul calls the body the vessels. And the oil, naturally, we know that this is Spirit of God. 5 were wise, and 5 were foolish. The ones with wisdom had the Spirit of God. The ones that were foolish did not. Interesting that Paul writes, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to God. You have to humble yourself and say that you are a fool so that God can make you wise. He has to fill up your lamp. See, here's the thing. You can't fill up your own lamp. You have to humble yourself to God and obey and listen. And that is how you become wise. Well, the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Slumbered and slept, 2 different things. Slept means you fell asleep. Literally slumbered, that's a little different. Remember, you have 2 classes of people here, the wisdom and the foolish. The ones who are going to get raptured and the other ones who are not going to get raptured. Notice that they are both looking for the bridegroom. There are a lot of people today that are deceived, that think that they're going to be raptured. They're not going to be raptured. Verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Notice how they all are going to go out and expect to be raptured. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. Now we know that you can't go buy the Spirit of God. It's only God that gives the increase. And while they went out to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And the door was shut. Door was shut, just like the ark. And it ain't opening back up. The ark door didn't open back up in Noah's ark, okay? Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. Sounds like Matthew 7. Lord, Lord, have we not done all these things in your name? What does he say here in verse 12? But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Sounds just like Matthew 7, right? Depart from me, workers of iniquity. Verse 13, Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Now verse 14. Again we're talking about the kingdom of heaven. Look it. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. So we have 2 kingdom of heaven issues here. Now what is going on here is that I believe what we've just went through right now is the rapture, kingdom of heaven, up in heaven, okay? Now, this kingdom of heaven, remember, the kingdom of heaven comes down to earth, okay? So the kingdom of heaven in heaven and on earth, I believe, starting here at verse 14, is giving you a picture of after the rapture, and the kingdom of heaven is on earth now, later on. Verse 15, And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. You see, this is something else. Now, this is not talking about a rapture. Later on it says that the man that did nothing with his talents was cast into outer darkness. Well, what we read before this about the door shutting and the 5 virgins and the other 5 virgins, nobody gets cast into outer darkness in that parable. Because once you get raptured up into heaven, you're in heaven. You're good to go. The door doesn't open or shut for anybody to go in or out. So this is a different reference to the kingdom of heaven. And again, I say this is after the kingdom of heaven comes down on earth. Because then you have people that are going and preaching the kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that's what this talents parable is. So I wanted to show you guys that. It's a before the rapture kingdom of heaven talk, and then when you get to verse 14 you have the kingdom of heaven mentioned again, but this is after the rapture and when the kingdom of heaven comes to earth. So you have a heaven and earth, remember, on earth as it is in heaven. And again, Paul says, walk as wise, not as fools. He says the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. So the people here who were raptured were full of the wisdom of God. Okay? They were not full of the wisdom of the world, because that is foolishness to God. And the 5 virgins whose lamps went out were foolish. They were full of the wisdom of this world. That's it. God is not rapturing foolish people.